The SSA standard soaring signals were developed after the 1946 National Soaring Contest in order to have a set of definitive visual signals that only required the use of the hands and arms of the wing runner and the movement of certain flight controls of the glider and towplane. These visual signals between the glider pilot, the wing runner, and the towplane pilot offer positive communication that leaves no doubt as to the source and visually confirms your message has been received. As radios have become a common means of communication, your radio transmission must be simultaneous with the SSA standard signals. Be sure your intentions are clearly understood by the pilots and the line crew around you. With or without radio, always use the SSA standard signals.
The wing runner is a key member of the team at the takeoff area. The team concept is also called crew resource management. An important part of the wing runner's responsibility is to look around at the landing pattern to check for approaching aircraft and give the hold signal until the pattern is clear. If the glider cannot release, move out to a position slightly left of the tow plane and rock the wings. Moving left instead of right, the tow pilot can usually see the signal better and will not mistakenly think the glider has released. The tow pilot should continue climbing and fly back over the airport. With the glider in the normal tow position behind the tow plane, the tow pilot will then release the rope. The long tow rope will be hanging from the glider tow hook unless the tow hook back releases. When landing the glider with the tow rope attached, finish your landing checklist and make a normal pattern. Since you may not be able to see if the trailing rope is still attached, a slightly higher approach should be flown. Typical tow ropes are 200 feet in length, so plan to be at least 200 feet over the last obstacle of your landing field. In the rare situation where both the glider and the tow plane cannot release the rope, the options include descending and landing the tow plane with the glider in the low tow position, or the glider pilot deliberately breaking the rope. Discuss these scenarios with your club safety officer or flight instructor to determine which option would work best at your soaring site. These standard signals between the glider pilot, the tow pilot, and the wing runner offer positive communication that leaves no doubt as to the source and visually confirms the message has been received. If you have a radio, your radio transmission must be simultaneous with the standard signals. Be sure your intentions are clearly understood by the pilots and the line crew around you. Knowledge of these standard signals is required by the FAA before solo and for your practical test for a glider pilot certificate. Discuss these signals on your next flight review and arrange for a day at your soaring site for everyone to review and practice these standard signals. With or without radio, learn and use the SSA standard soaring signals.